Hello. Welcome to On This Day in Brattleboro Vermont's History. I am your host, Bob Cornelier. Today's topic will be the Stellman Machine Shop fire, January 31st, 1930. On January 31st, 1930, a two-alarm fire brought the end to a building located on Arch Street. The building was almost 100 years old and had been very influential in the early manufacturing years of Brattleboro. Around 4 a.m., George Rosebush, a telegraph operator at the railroad station, saw flames coming from the Stellman machine shop. He phoned the central fire station on Elliott Street, and they quickly responded. At 4:45 a.m., a second alarm was sounded, bringing the West Brattleboro Fire Department to the scene. For some time, the blaze threatened other buildings, and several businessmen began moving their belongings into the streets. At 4:45 a.m., a second alarm was sounded, bringing the West Brattleboro Fire Department to the scene. At 6:30 a.m., a huge explosion rocked the area, blowing out many windows and sending flames towards the brook. Before the fire was under control at 7 a.m., the roof of the building partially caved in and some of the floors dropped to the basement. It was 4 degrees below zero, and firefighters battled the blaze for 4 hours. The Stellman & Son machine shop was located on the north side of the Whetstone Brook on Arch Street, wedged between the Oddfellows block on Main Street and the Twin State Gas and Electric Company substation near the railroad tracks. The firefighters were able to contain the fire to the machine shop while saving businesses and residences in the Oddfellows block to the west and the electricity-generating Twin State building to the east. One firefighter was injured when he fell and broke his leg. Businesses in the Oddfellows block, the Cascade Restaurant, Burroughs Coal Office, E.T. Flood's Barber Shop, Barrow Shoe Store, and Pliny-Burrow Cigar Store suffered smoke and water damage. 10 tenants who lived in the Oddfellows block had to wake up early and flee, including Sheriff and Mrs. Frank Wellman. Lawrence Barker, a clerk at the railroad yard, ran through the upstairs of the Oddfellows block and warned tenants of the fire. Lona Barrett, who lived on the top floor, passed out while trying to leave the building and was carried to safety by Mr. Barker. The fire burned off transformers and damaged equipment of the electric company. Stellman's machine shop was completely destroyed. This is your host, Bob Cornelier. Thank you for listening to this episode of This Day in Brattleboro Vermont's History. Photos and information courtesy of the Brattleboro Vermont Historical Society and newspapers.com. The Brattleboro Historical Society is located in the 3rd floor municipal building, Suite 301. Hours are Thursdays 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The Brattleboro Historical Society has a Facebook page, and you can visit the website at bhs802.org.